I want you to pay me full attention, to watch me, because I'm going to tell you many things that will help you to basically change your life and your trading journey. So pay me full attention, and I don't want you to check your girlfriend's message. I don't want you to check, I don't know, the video game that you're playing while you're listening to this video. Just pay me full attention because it will help you a lot. It is going to help you a lot. And yes, I want to say something, and it's that the human is a creature, it's an animal that has many emotions that are rooted in our DNA. When it comes to stress, when it comes to anxiety, something completely natural. And more if you're putting money on the line. Because you're putting yourself in a position that you're betting on your shelter, your food. And I'm saying the word betting because you will understand later what I'm going to go through this. Maybe you want to buy something expensive, maybe you just want to have food. Whatever your goal is with trading, when you have that in mind while you're trading, it becomes difficult to actually be able to be present in the moment. Because when you have those thoughts in mind, you're not actually fully focused on what you have to do. You're not actually fully focused on what you have to do, that you know that you have to do, and that you know that it works. You have back tested it, you have been on demo, you know that you're making money there. But when it comes to live trading, sometimes it can be more difficult. Maybe you had a huge loss and then your psyche just go like, oh, like I need to get it back. And this is where I want to go with this. This is where I want to go with this. To understand why we feel these things while we're trading. Because nobody, absolutely nobody, were perfect traders if they didn't go through this phase where they understood the actual psychology that you need to have. Many people will tell you like, yeah, you know what, you just take the trades and that's it. You just follow your strategy and you're going to be okay. Like you don't have to worry about it. And it's not as easy as that. Because yeah, like you can have these fancy indicators like the MACD plus the SMA, and then you can combine them together, and yeah, like it's going to have like 50% of win rate, and it's going to be okay, right? But maybe the market works in probabilities. 50%, 60%, 40%. Maybe you have a strategy that works 90% of the time. You're risking a lot, winning little, or risking a little and just going for a lot. Depends a lot, situation. But you're putting money on the line. You're putting your actual life on the line. Your goals, your future, you're putting a lot of things on the line. Every single time that you're taking a trade. How can you be able to actually focus and to not change anything, absolutely anything, and you just follow your strategy as it should? And it's difficult because our brains are not designed for that specific task to work in probabilities. So you need to be able to understand that nothing that happens, it's your fault, because you will always have a losing trade or a losing streak or a winning streak, and it depends on how you take it. Maybe you can make a lot of money. You can have 7 win streaks, like 7 trades that are win and win and win. You're making a lot of money, but suddenly you have a big loss. Maybe you have 1 loss, 2 losses, doesn't matter. The actual fact is that if it is going to change your emotion when you're trading, when you are in front of the chart, or maybe like you go to sleep and you're thinking like, oh shit, I gotta get the money back. And then the next day when you come back, you have that in mind. You have like, oh, I need to get that money back. I need to. Like, there's no other way around. Like, I just need to do it. And what ends up happening is that you're going to be taking trades with your emotions. Something that you can control. Something that you can absolutely control. What I always do to be able to control these emotions are a couple of things. Like, I try to have the best morning possible. Like, wake up, get a little bit of coffee, whatever the things that you do, just do them. You don't have, if you do intermittent fasting, then you can do it. Just have a good night's sleep. Have your mind just thinking about how is the market going to be for the day, and just make your analysis, and then just completely understand that whatever happens, you don't have any control in it. You just have control over either you follow your strategy, you understand what is going on in front of the screen, or no, you don't have control over anything else. So basically, the thing that you need to do is to completely forget all those goals that you have in your mind. Just don't think about the food that you're going to be getting. Just don't think about the things that you're going to buy. Don't think about anything else. I had a technical issue, so I'm going to keep going. And you don't need to have anything in your mind when you're trading. Anything. Because when you have those certain things that are important to you and you're putting them on the line, your money, time, food, family, material things, where you're going to sleep, when you have those thoughts in your mind, it's over. It's over. It's completely over, because you will not be able to actually understand what you have in your mind. If you're able to understand what is coming up, suddenly you start feeling your heart to pump a little bit of more blood. Suddenly you start to breathe a little bit more heavily, and then you notice those things. You start to feel those intrusive thoughts that usually occur when you take a trade. And when that happens, you need to own them. You need to completely own them. You just need to tell yourself, hey, I'm going to do this, that, pam pam, da da da. That's it. You're not going to do anything absolutely else. Because the moment that you start to play with, but maybe, okay, if, that's when you're going to be losing all of your money. In the short term, medium term, long term, I don't care if that trade goes well. You don't have to care if you win, if you lose. You don't have to give any when you lose or win a trade. You just need to be certain that you did what you're supposed to do. At every single moment, you need to do what you're supposed to do. When you're able to actually control yourself and to understand what is going on, and you know that you're doing what you're supposed to do, at that moment, when those intrusive thoughts come to your brain, and that caveman brain just comes in and say, well, what if I'm going to do this, I'm going to maybe move the stop loss, and then you try to fight it. That's when, maybe it's going to work 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but over the long run, even if you enter your perfect trade and then inside of it you move the stop loss when you didn't have to move it, that is going to cause a lot of issue in your life. Just that. It's going to cause a lot of issue because the probabilities are not going to be on your side anymore. You need to follow what you actually know. The moment that you don't follow the things that you have to actually do, it's over. It's over. Like, there's nothing else that you can do. Just think about it for a second. There's absolutely nothing else that you can do. You need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware of where you are. You need to be aware of what you're doing, and then you have to own it. When those thoughts come to your brain, you take the perfect trade of your setup. It's never perfect, but you follow the exact same strategy that you know that it works. Doesn't matter if you win, it doesn't matter if you lose. You took what you had to take, basically. And that's it. You just need to follow the program that you need to do. You need to decode yourself. You need to be able to actually decode yourself. You need to understand what is going on through your brain. You need to read it as if it was a book text. Now, my name, Franklin, is starting to feel a little bit hesitated and wants to get out. Then you need to understand that you are the only one who has the power to own that, to stop it. To stop it. Maybe a way to try to find something else to do is, I'm going to check a little bit of Instagram. I'm going to message my girl while you're in the trade, and something happens there. You don't want to actually understand what is going on inside of you. You don't want to understand that. So what happens when you don't understand that what's going on inside of you? Or maybe you know that you feel stressed, but you still want to try to feel some kind of dopamine for you to feel well, for you to try to stay focused, but that's not actual focus. You're trying to run away from it. You're trying to run away from it. It's going to pay you really hard. Really hard. We need to be aware of always that we don't have any control over anything in this life. We can only control what we have inside of our brain. And I know it sounds mega cliche, I know that it sounds so silly, but it's a reality. It's the reality, whether you like it or not. That's the only thing that we can actually control. And if you're able to control that, and if you're able to actually follow the things that you know that it work, then you have a higher chance to make it. You have a way higher chance to make it. I am a nobody. And I understand that. Like, I am not those kind of guys who make millions of dollars and just buy something expensive, but who cares about it? Throughout trading, I understood what is mindfulness, which sounds amazing. I just don't care about expensive stuff. I just care about my performance. I just care about how I can control myself, and to actually be the person that I want to be. I just project myself. I want to be someone that is relaxed, that can understand, that have a clear mind of what the objective is, and I want to do the things that actually take me there. Not having intrusive thoughts like, what if I check social media, talk to a friend, or maybe I want to eat something. Why? Doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter. If you're in front of the screen, you need to pay the full attention to it. You need to train your brain to actually understand what is going on inside of it. Every single emotion that you have, whether you're trading or outside of trading, you need to be able to control yourself on a higher level. You need to be at top performance, because this is a performance game. This is where basically everything comes together. Everything comes together. All the psychology tricks, thoughts that you have in your life are going to come here, and they're going to haunt you, and you're the only one that is going to be able to actually control it. You need to control how you breathe, how your heart is able to pump blood to your brain, to your muscles, to relax yourself. And that's the thing that differentiates 99% of the traders. How you're able to handle yourself. What do you expect of yourself? And whether you follow it or not. And you're the only person who can tell you if you're following what you're preaching or not. You're the only one. Nobody else in this life is going to tell you, oh yes, you're doing that right or not. You're the only person that can tell you you're doing it well. And that's what matters. That you can be proud of yourself. Even if you fail, you know that you did your best and that you're going to keep trying. I know that I didn't want to take this to a motivational video, but it's the truth. You have the only control of your life. You're the only way who can control it. Every single thought that comes to your brain and every single action that you take afterwards and every single outcome, or the outcome, you cannot control it. But your subconscious mind will know that you did the right thing. So, be aware of yourself. Try to relax. Try to breathe through your nose. Sleep well. To feel great about yourself as a human being. And then go to the market and understand actually what is going on. Where the stop loss is going to be placed. How you're going to feel when you get inside of a trade. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because I feel like, yeah, a lot of people tell you like, yeah, you just follow it, but it's more complicated than that. It's way more complicated than that. And I will go even more in depth in the next videos of how to be able to do such things as be aware of yourself as a person, and how the market is a pure psychology game. It's a pure psychology game. And that's where you need to be. Oh, sorry. My my voice left for a little bit. I'm drinking coffee right now. It's like 5 p.m. Nice. So yeah, that's where I wanted to go this video. Be aware of yourself, stay present, and just, you know what you have to do now. You have to actually understand what you have going through your mind when you are doing this. And that is going to be the thing that will help you to succeed on whatever you do. Trading is different than any other kind of job, because the other jobs you just do your thing and next. Here you need to be aware, and that's something that in the other jobs you don't necessarily need to. So a lot of people that they may be doctors, they may be engineers, they enter here, they're like, yeah, you know, like, I'm an engineer, I'm a doctor, yeah, I'm going to ace it. And that's the wrong kind of mentality. That's the wrong type of mentality. You need to be humble. You need to be aware. To have peace. And then you can join the market. That's how I see it, at least. A lot of other people will tell you like, no, blah, blah, blah. But if you follow these thoughts that I have about the market, I'm just 100% sure that you will be okay. I'm sure that you will be okay. So yeah, I just hope that you can, all of this information, I hope that is useful for anyone that is seeing it. I really hope so. And yes, be aware of yourself when you're trading, and at every single moment of your life, every thought that you have, you can control it. So see you in the next video. I'm going to go through way more than this, and I hope that you can maybe subscribe, turn on the notification bell you have there, and see you.